I never acquired the rights to pay in full. I acquired the rights to what's the name of it? It was AZ script. He said it the other day, Trapped or some one of them. I forgot what the name of it was. And it's about their story. I, it's not like I said. I don't have to acquire rights, and I wasn't gonna tell their story because I would have to acquire their rights. If I'm gonna acquire rights, it's gonna be with my friends. But I'm not gonna do it like that with my friends. We're gonna be some degree of partners. They'll have an opportunity to be partners.
All right, so the founder of the chatty patty term, he's back. Mr. Dame Dash is back and he's in full effect. But my question is why? What does Dame Dash ever do useful after he does these media runs that he's currently on right now? So of course a week ago, Dame Dash went on the Breakfast Club and marked out Charlemagne, something that he always does. This time it was more of a mark out than usual, but he always goes on the Breakfast Club when he has some bullshit to sell the public, and then he goes and gets into it with Charlemagne a little bit. Then he goes on the media run. This is just a part of his process. So now we're into phase 2 of his process, where he's now going to all the other large platforms and spewing his bullshit, for lack of a better terms. He's beefing it with his lifelong friend Cameron. So we're not going to see him acquire anything business, content wise, anything creative, nothing. We're not going to see any acquisitions by Dame Dash because he said he would like to bring in all his friends. Dame, you don't have any friends left. And the last one you did have left, you done pissed him off and started talking crazy about Cameron because he's been kind of partnering up with 50 Cent on some things, or at least that's what appears to be on the horizon. But yeah, we'll get into the whole Cam and 50 thing in a second. Before that, I just have to say this about Dame. You're always popping it on these platforms about how you're such a boss this, boss that. Y'all niggas is chatty patties. I'm a real boss, blah, blah, blah. Why are you never popping it on your own platform? You don't go viral on your own platform ever. But you want to talk about ownership and who's more like Tyler Perry and all this weird shit that we're about to see unfold in these little clips I compiled.
You understand what I'm saying? So the thing with 50, and again, the fact that he knew, because what I would think is that he missed that hit and he had to do something on Monday, so he goes to 50 and then they troll. Like I said, you never saw the Puff doc on Netflix, but they promoted that like a motherfucker, not Netflix. So to me, when I look at a real announcement, it's in a trade. So it'd be in a Wall Street Journal. For movies and TV, it would be in Deadline. I didn't hear Deadline say shit about it. Who we acquired the rights from would have been spoken about. So what I know is that wasn't true. So I knew that because Cam botched up that hit on my kid, and I'm talking in Godfather terms, he ran.
Oh man, hell no. I'm talking in Godfather terms. In Godfather terms, bro, man, we got to stop with this Godfather bullshit. I'm saying it now. I'm saying it here. That movie came out in 1972 and is regarded as one of the greatest movies of all time for its cinematography, okay? But man, shut the fuck up. It came out in 1972. Why in the hell is Dame Dash just now being influenced by The Godfather? Dame, you must have just watched this movie all of August. You was just in the crib watching it every day, huh? Monday I'm watching number 1, Tuesday number 2, Wednesday number 3, rinse and repeat, head ass. Then you decided to get into character for these damn pointless interviews because you don't got shit to promote. He's basing all of his actions off of the movie, off of The Godfather, and really it's just coming off as a cringe attempt at coping with the perception that he's broke. That's what I'm reading into. He's basing it all off of a character in the movie. All this appearing weak but silently removing opposition off the board to rise to power. Thing is, there's nothing quiet about revealing these plans in a bunch of fucking interviews. Where in The Godfather did you see any of these niggas hop on the damn radio and tell the whole world their plan and then go and carry out the plan?
In the 50. So now I really know they're together. You know, they smacking hips over here. And 50 was like, I'll help, I'll troll. But he shouldn't have got involved. You know, but now I was thinking, because I'm like, damn, he wouldn't, with this nigga after he with my kid? What type of dude is that? But he don't with his kid. And I'm not going to even go there. But I get it. You know, I'm not, again, I don't like talking about people's children or people's I never did that.
He's about to proceed to go there.
I could have been said some shit about that, but I wouldn't do that. If I wanted to get at 50, he makes poor choices with women. You know? Like, again, I know if Puff was doing that to my baby mother, my child, if Puff was in the house with my child, I couldn't live with that. At all. At all. There's no way that my child could ever slip up and call Puff daddy. You saw what I did there? Puff daddy.
So Dame Dash kind of sex playing with the people he decided to make the subjects of his interviews, because again, he doesn't really have anything to sell the public. That's going to be a reoccurring theme here. It's why, spoiler alert, it's why Cameron is going to be upset with him for a different regard to what we just saw right there. So, like I said, he's going to proceed to go in there about the man's child, who he's saying was at one point sharing a home with, P. Diddy. So he's like, hey, man, your kid was probably getting diddled.
But I'm only bringing it up because, and that's why I was like, the thing is, we have a different hustle. He really works for them. Like, he doesn't own power. That's not power to me, to sell the rights and then work for them. That's not what I do. And for Cam to troll and act like he worked for 50, that means he really thinks a lot of 50. He thinks 50 is rolling. He obviously doesn't know the business. I mean, for a rapper, he's rolling, not for a businessman. No disrespect. But he's not doing what Tyler Perry's doing. That's a filmmaker. That's the kind of shit. But if you're going to work for him, make $500 million a year. Not talking pockets, but it is what it is. This nigga when you work for people and you sell the rights to the story and get a salary, you, in essence, saying, I want a boss. I want you to loan me some money so you can tell me what to do. That's just not my model. So I went like a boss and got the rights to make TV, movies, and my book, Power. So y'all know what real power is, because he's obviously misleading these kids. He thinks trolling, he's making y'all think trolling and making fake announcements is power. But y'all think he owns power, and he don't.
I'm going to keep it all the way a buck. In my opinion, it doesn't, like, if you're a black man that's successful in the entertainment industry, I'm not talking about music, I mean strictly film and television, whichever route you decide to go, independent or getting, funding from studios and then, doing the whole pitch and, yeah, we're going to be able to return on the investment, and then the studio believing that you can return on investment based off of proof of concept. Either way you get that success, as long as your morals are intact, then congratulations. You know what I'm saying? Tyler Perry, I'm not a fan of of any of his movies. I've given several of them a chance throughout my life, but yeah, y'all that have been following me know I have some. Honestly, they're not even hot takes on Tyler Perry. I think the majority of African Americans don't really rock with Tyler Perry's overly stereotypical scripts that he continues to churn out like chocolate. Shout out to to Donald Glover with that Atlanta episode on Mr. Chocolate. Okay, but either way you get it, I respect it because it's a very tough industry for black men to thrive in, regardless of whatever inclusion you may see on screen. That doesn't tell the full story. But yeah, so you got Dame going at Cam and 50 saying they're smacking hips. Now that's diabolical. And Cameron's going to take an issue with that, as we're about to see right here.
I think this whole shit from the jump is a setup, bro. The nigga, and this is what he does, right? And I said this before, but I'm gonna reiterate it since this is lingering and going on. Dame is beefing with 50 Cent on the internet. I bump into 50 Cent. 50 Cent sees me and be like, "Killer, what's up, nigga? Getting some money. You know how niggas, oh nigga, what you used to do back in the days, pat nigga pocket, you getting that money? Cool. Me and 50 good. We ain't got no problem." Dame calls me and says, "Yo, I seen 50. How you gonna let him pap you up?" This is verbatim what Dame said. I'm telling the audience verbatim. "Yo, I seen 50, you and 50. How you gonna let him pap your pockets? That ain't Harlem. You down with the Pap Club? How you down with the Pap Club? Let a nigga pat your pockets." I said, "Dame, you crazy, whatever, man. However you want to say it's crazy, man." He says, "Me and 50 going through something on the internet right now. You mind if I bring that up and say that he was patting your pockets?" I say, "Dame, I don't give a fuck, whatever." Now, mind you, pause this story right there. If you gonna say something about 50 cents, what are you calling me for to get my okay if you're beefing with 50 cents? You shouldn't even have to call me about that if you're gonna be talking about 50 cents. Unpause the story. Dane gets on the blog and says, "Yeah, and this nigga Cam let 50 Cent smack him on the ass. Not the Pap Club, not the pockets, which, Cam, that ain't Harlem. How you let a nigga smack you in the ass? But then again, what you supposed to do when a big, strong nigga come over and slap you on the ass?" I'm like, bro, that's not what I agreed for you to say. But I didn't say anything. I ignored it. I ignored the whole shit. I just didn't pick up the phone for the nigga because I'm like, bro, I don't know what's up with the nigga.
So you see, Dame Dash looking up to Tyler Perry is starting to make a lot more sense now. I think it's more than just on a business level. I think he likes the emasculation of black males. There's been no such rumors until Dame Dash decided to go on this random ass media run of Cameron and 50 Cent having a Terry Crews at the Hollywood party type of vibes going on. Remember when Terry Crews was kind of reasonably crashing out because some Hollywood exec came up and grabbed his meat in front of his wife at a party and tried to, get him to do some freak shit to move up in the world? So somehow Dame is making that conclusion out of 50 Cent jokingly saying, "Oh, you get into the bag, ain't you, nigga? How much they paying you over there at, whatever establishment?" That's just regular old friendly banter, and you gonna turn that story into you letting him physically pat you on the ass. He physically tapped your pockets. Come on now. Dame is tweaking. He's tweaking, and I don't understand, what is the end game here? What is the reason behind all of this? But, he did manage to finally get 50 Cent's attention early this morning, okay? And 50 Cent, he did it in good old 50 Cent fashion. He gave Dame what he'd been begging for, an IG post, a good old infamous 50 Cent IG troll post. He's gonna act like he felt sorry for him and will even collaborate with Dame, which that would be a dream come true for Dame. Just to say, just kidding. The post is right here on the screen now. I'll read it for those that may be driving or something. "I agree with Dame, 100%. It's better to work together. We should sit down and figure out how to move forward. I believe we can create a path to more success. Oh, wait, eyeballs. Cam just said, fuck Dame. And his fake his fake chat GPT lawsuit. So it's fuck you, Dame. And then he I guess that's his other page that he added there. But yeah. All the attention seeking Dame has been trying to get for the last 7 days or so. He finally got what he wanted. You got 50 Cent saying fuck you and I'll never collaborate with you. Stay broke, nigga. So but yeah. So yeah, to wrap up this chapter of Dame Dash being an old, lonely, bitter, chatty patty ass auntie with their legs crossed at Thanksgiving, we have to go back to where it all started, which is the Breakfast Club, where Dame went at Jay-Z and 50 Cent as well as, the host of the show. But he also foolishly revealed the whole plan he had with this weird media run that, again, I think is pointless because what the fuck does Dame have to sell to the public right now?
Okay. My favorite movie, Goodfellas. I just said, okay, mine too. So you know the rules.
Right.
My favorite movie of all time is The Godfather. I studied it. I read the book. It burnt me out. Remember Godfather 2 when he pretended to be weak? Then he took out the 5 families. And then his brother Fredo betrayed him. See, betrayal is something that happens over and over again. You can never expect not to get betrayed by your brother. You remember last time I was here, I said, you don't mess with, I know that's why I don't be around men. So we all know they betrayed Jesus. I said this. You walked in with a man. Can I finish?
All right, so there you see, all the way back to the beginning of this little saga, that's truly his plan. It's to appear weak via bankruptcy in order to snake 50 Cent and apparently also get control of Revolt Network. And and by the way, as far as him saying he owns this and that, the Revolt Network CEO came out the day after the Breakfast Club interview, maybe even the same day, and said, Dame Dash don't own shit around here. I don't know what that nigga talking about. And they left it at that. But my thing is this. If this is really the plan, why would you hop on the Breakfast Club and then, after all these other media platforms you've been hitting up, why do that and let that plan be known? Why not actually, be a snake like you're attempting to be and use your lifelong friendship with Cam to sneak your way on to 50 Cent's team and then attempt to acquire some rights with money earned from working with 50 Cent and his team? Wouldn't that make a lot more sense, or some type of variation of that plan? On top of that, I think it's because Dame, he doesn't even care about being a boss for real. I think he's always wanted to be the image of the famous executive. He looks at like Mark Cubans and people like that and wants that image. That's why he's always yelling about being a boss. He'd rather look the part instead of actually being the part. Again, he's doing all of this so he can try and sell a book and maybe a movie or a TV show 6 months to a year later, when you're supposed to do the press run when the product is actually ready. Dame Dash might just have CTE at this point because, man, this whole situation is stupid. But peace, y'all. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, go on and hit that subscribe button. Reoccurring viewers, you already know what the vibes are. Hit that like, leave a comment if you feel like it, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.